Disney proudly presents.
Well. Tuesday, isn't it? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dis Unlimited. If you are new here, this is our little podcast about Disney news and Disney discussions and all that fun stuff. And I am Rhino, and joining me on the podcast today, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Well.
Well. Dis theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Well.
What have we here?
Well, what have we here? A podcast. Ooh, I'm really scared. Today we're going to be talking about the Disney's Q3 2025 earnings because nothing rakes in the views like numbers and dense information. We also have a familiar face returning to Imagineering. We've got some discounts. We're doing some fun, some more of those vacation planning questions toward the end of the show. But before we get into that, how's everybody's weekend?
I saw Freakier Friday.
Ooh.
Was it freakier and was it Friday?
It was, I'm going to be honest, you guys, I was pleasantly surprised. It is my number 2 movie of the year. Just below Sinners. Just below Sinners.
Was it
I
as?
really enjoyed
Was
it.
it as? Was it?
Sinner? So it's Superman, Sinners.
No, Sinners.
Freakier
Freakier Friday. Superman.
She did like Superman. Yeah, I like Superman quite a bit.
Well, what's my other one? I'm already forgetting. I did like Weapons a lot,
Yeah,
too.
I liked Weapons a lot.
I just saw Weapons. No, Freakier Friday, if you...
Jurassic Park.
Everybody needs to see it.
What about the Fantastic Four?
It's good. I really liked
Fantastic
it. I think it's a good year for movies, but it's
Hold
not
on.
my top 5.
That's how you have to ask about it.
Yep.
No, Freakier Friday is very sweet, charming. Jamie Lee Curtis rocked it once again.
Amazing.
The story is great. Everybody who possibly could came back.
Nice.
And it is made for our generation. Like if you grew up with Freaky Friday,
Yep.
Parent Trap in the 90s, it is for you.
I'm going to see it this weekend, so
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yes, please do.
Hey, you know what I still want to see is the Naked Gun.
Me
It was
too.
good.
It was it? Was
Yeah.
it funny you laughed?
It was funnier.
Yeah,
I
let's go to the
actually,
movies. You wanna
Okay.
go?
I laughed
Let's go.
more in Freakier Friday though. The comedy.
Really?
Freakier Friday's
really?
really
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
too.
that's exciting.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, because the Naked Gun has really good reviews too, which is crazy weird. But it's also one of those
good.
where I'm like, oh, my dad would have been watched a movie like
Comedy's
this. So that's why
back,
I'm like, I
baby.
want to go.
I'm
Yeah,
so happy for Pamela Anderson. So.
Yeah.
yeah, good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's her time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
How was your
think-
weekend?
I watched Weapons. Very good. You're a horror movie fan. Definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend a movie theater experience for that. Very good. Same director who made Barbarian. If you haven't seen that, that is
so good.
wild. I actually thought Barbarian was scarier and a little more graphic.
Yes.
Not that there wasn't a graphic scene in Weapons, but Weapons only has like sort of one graphic scene, I feel like.
Well, I
Yeah.
just finished the
Maybe two.
Terrifier
It has two. It
series,
has two.
so I'm ready.
Oh yeah, I got to do
Well.
that, and I got to watch Zombies, all the Zombies movies. You know, same thing. The Disney Channel Zombies. Yeah,
It's like 12 now. A new one just came out.
well, my friend works for the tour that's going through, and so
And its Descendants.
he was kind of like, "Oh,
Double
when I come to
threat.
Orlando," and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna end up having to see this thing, aren't I?" So I'm thinking about it, but I've seen the first 2 Descendants, and I will tell you. Okay, here's guilty. We're starting with
Decoms,
confessions
decoms.
today. I want to know confessionally. I'm gonna give you mine, so I'll lead by example
Okay.
here. That sort of thing where you're like, it's trash, but I also like part of that trash. So like Descendants, I think is trash, and nothing wrong with anybody who likes it. I'm not gonna be like, hey, trash, kid, trash. But like acknowledging as an adult, being like, this is an awful movie. But I like the Rotten to the Core song, and I really like the song that Kristen Chenoweth sings, "Evil Like Me," with her daughter in the
Yes.
museum
Yeah.
in the first one. And I put them in a running playlist, and I listen to them when I run.
Hey, you know what? You also revealed this
Rotten
in
to
your...
the core, rotten to the core.
I know the one. You also have Fabulous on there.
Okay,
High
I
School
do have
Musical.
Fabulous by High School Musical. And Bet on It is like my number one DCOM like guilty pleasure. I'm sorry, Zac Efron either in Bet on It. I think Bet on It more to an extreme, but the next one down would be Scream from High School Musical 3.
Oh.
Are my Footloose is still alive and with us because my one of my favorite things being a kid, and I stole the cassette out of my aunt's car when I was a little kid, was the Footloose soundtrack she used to listen to. And when I finally started watching that, I was like, if you guys haven't watched it recently, like the original Kevin Bacon one, not the remake,
yes.
when he drives his Volkswagen Bug, speeds into this abandoned, not even abandoned, just no one's in there at that moment, warehouse, and he's
No
so
one's hurt.
angry, and he's banging on the wheel of his car, and we're getting the hazy flashback, with the Vaseline on the side of the screen, and he's he gets out of the car, he's got his cigarette, he's smoking it so fast and angry, and he's got his bottle, and it's in a thing, and he just turns around and he flicks the bottle, and he's like, I gotta dance this off, dance it off. That's cinema. That's cinema. So Zac Efron is so much that energy.
I
need to know what works. What works
first
for you
movie.
on that level? No, I just read an article that says he was singing
did,
and
and
that
they
they
dubbed it
blended
over.
the song.
Yeah.
No, that
they blended
the
it?
other person was cast before him. He was then cast, but the music had been written for that person's voice, and so Zac is singing a little bit, but the two voices are melded together. But that is true. That's why also in that original.
Not in Bet on It.
All right, I need somebody else to match that Footloose energy.
I don't know if I can match the Footloose energy, but I got too many guilty pleasures going right now.
Give it to me.
I mean, you guys already know. You were there for this. You witnessed this. I am a 33-year-old woman with Halloween Sesame Street bed sheets on my bed right now.
I was with you in
right
the bar.
now.
Yes, you found them. So
I'm
know
glad
I
you're
have
enjoying them.
supportive friends, but the other thing
I wouldn't have
is-
let you leave there without buying them.
They're so good. The other thing is I've lately, kind of in the background when I'm cleaning or getting ready for the day, I've been watching And Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City
Ending with season
series.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Ending with season 3. Suddenly, I just heard.
Yeah.
It is,
So I don't know that it wraps up.
it's really rough because
I've heard
It's
it's
tough.
really rough. I can't
Yeah,
stand
it's
Miranda
tough.
at all.
Right.
Is she Sarah Jessica Parker? No.
No. Miranda
she's
is
the lawyer, the redhead.
yeah, what's her name? I forget. Cynthia Nixon.
Yes.
Oh, Cynthia. Yeah.
And so many of their conflicts, it just has to do with communication. And Carrie calling herself a writer and she can't communicate properly with her loved ones, her friends,
yeah.
it drives me insane. And I get mad at myself for watching it, but I have to know how it ends because I was such a big fan of the original series.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a scene for you. Ready?
Yeah.
The show used to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch
my
it for the
Christian
fashion
Johnston.
still.
Yeah, there you go.
I watch it for the fashion still, but it just reached a moment in season 3 where I'm like, why am I still watching this? But now that I know there's only a couple episodes left, I'm like, all right, I got to stick it out. But
Yeah. What
weird
happened
guilty
to
pleasure.
Big?
He's
on
dead.
that show?
Oh,
I
okay.
know. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, spoiler.
Spoiler.
Whoops.
I
He's
was
dead!
I was out after that. I was like, I cannot. And
Girl.
the Peloton thing, I sold my Peloton after that. I'm kidding.
I don't want to say anything in case anybody
I sold my
watching,
stock.
but-
I
oh my
sold
gosh.
because of that.
I don't want to say anything in case anybody else is watching, but Aiden.
He comes back. Yeah.
Yes, he comes back, and there's story there that I'm
Does the
frustrated
guy?
with.
Does the
right
guy
now.
Listen.
from my Big Frack Week?
That's him.
That's
Aiden.
him. That's
John
Aiden.
Corbett.
Oh,
Yes.
was he not a good guy on that show?
He's a great
He
character.
is,
He's
yeah.
great, but he's too good for Carrie. So
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
really frustrating
Yeah.
to see him get tossed around, basically. I digress. This is
wait.
a Disney show.
Okay, wait. Guilty pleasure. Are you caught up on Summer I Turned Pretty?
No.
Girl, this last episode, I cried.
Guys, I am not. You are not matching what I just did with Footloose. That is.
I
not-
cried
this is
real tears.
Also,
Does that
no,
count for
this
nothing?
is not the same. No.
I said it wasn't the same.
No.
I
Okay,
prefaced it.
I watched Sex and the City.
I
so
am
when-
asking for deep, dark. I sent Hannah a video of me in a diaper yesterday. A diaper. Do you hear me?
It happened. The video was shot yesterday.
Yeah, it was me, 40 years old in a diaper, and she said,
Ooh la
"I'd like to
la."
talk to John before you text me again." No, it was me dancing with my brother doing the
It was-
Jolly
it was
Holiday,
so
and
cute.
we're doing, and I'm doing the getting down
It's
on the
your
turtles
best
and
work
everything.
ever.
Yeah,
It's
really, it's just I was
truly-
meant to be a dancer. But I'm saying I want that thing where you're like, oh, this thing that I know is trash, but I love it. You were close, Chloe, I feel like, but I want you to dig deeper. I want you to give me your Killer Clowns from Outer Space is my favorite movie secret. You know, I love Gremlins, I want
That's
something that
not-
gets you
Clifford. with Martin Short.
Oh God, she will not stop talking about
Okay,
Clifford.
that's you already know why. It's not going to be
deep cut
exciting.
for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Martin
so
Short.
actually, when you brought up Sex and the City, this reminded me. So when I had my son and I was waking up a lot during the night, I watched two things. They didn't go together.
Okay, get me.
Okay.
Here we go.
King of the Hill and Sex and the City.
Oh my God, you girls in the Sex and the City.
It's our generation.
But not.
We
but
grew up
I watched the
sneaking
old
it.
episodes. Yeah, and
I
it was
used to
like
sneak queer as folk, so
But
I'm in
no.
that category of
yeah,
sneaking
but
way
no,
too older
Sex and the
stuff.
City too also like hits on something like pop culture things too, like, and it does. It takes me back to that feeling of like early 2000s, and the fashion obviously is great. But King of the Hill,
Girl,
y'all,
are you watching? Because I've
I
started
binge
it.
watched it. I'm done.
Oh, I
I'm
can't.
gone.
So right now, so
Watched a whole new season.
The King of the Hill season 14 is on Hulu, and
Watched
I've
it.
been watching it, and it's my dinner time show. So I watch an episode every time I
night
eat.
Show.
Yeah, I love it.
It took
I
me
know
a minute to
you
warm
were
up to it.
like, oh, I don't know. I
did really like
I
it.
find that I'm
I
getting
did.
very emotional while I watch it. Like it is
Yeah.
funny.
Which callbacks? They're like getting there.
I think also the thing about it being like Hank really searching for his place in the world, while Bobby is also trying to carve his own path. But then
Yeah.
the father-son dynamic, and I was like, this show came out just when I needed it. Like sort of it makes me like very like, oh, I hit my microphone. Great. It makes me feel stuff because of everything that's been going on in my life. So
I'll
I'm
give
like,
you another.
but I think it's excellent. I
got
think it's really good.
One more that I was watching on maternity leave.
Okay.
During the same time was Righteous Gemstones.
I gotta finish right.
My
I'm still
poor
on season
child.
1.
He's like, I have all these weird memories
Yeah.
of being a baby, and
Was John Goodman yelling at everyone
I
about
know.
Jesus?
I hope he either becomes Baby Billy or Bobby from King of the Hill. But yeah, no, I finished King of the Hill. What I really love is the intro and the music is great. Like
Yeah.
they redid, like the ending is great, and then their little montage in the alley, like seeing everybody grow up, and then they address COVID. Like at one point they're like staying in the alley drinking beer, and they have on their like face mask, and they're standing
Yeah.
far apart. So it feels like you kind of grew up with them.
I just watched the episode where they're at the George Bush Museum, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and this is the shoe, and the incident, and they're like, oh God, like
yeah.
we gotta, and he talks
They're about to go to
about,
Bobby's restaurant,
but
or
he's
Bada chain.
yeah, and he's like, but I also realized like Dale was always a conspiracy theorist on the original show,
Yes.
but now that becoming like a movement in the world is really interesting to have addressed it in an animated show where it's like Hank is so embarrassed about it. It's really good. I watched the last episode I watched, I think, was when they were doing the app and Hank's trying to talk to the
Haven't dived
younger
into it.
people. Oh, you got it. I think you'll
Yeah,
like
I
it,
do.
Chloe. But okay, sorry. That was our like, what have we been into? And I still don't think either of these two
Starting to
people
feel like
have
a
it.
Patreon show.
I don't think they've admitted to things that make me feel the way that the never, 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 never Footloose part does, but that's fine.
Sorry.
We'll get there. I wanted you guys to be like, oh, I used to watch Fuzz Bucket or something,
I don't
or
even know what that is.
oh, don't. It's scary. Google it. Google it.
Ooh, I
Google the
don't
word
know.
Fuzz Bucket and see what
Okay.
happens.
I don't know. No,
I promise
okay.
it's not like a blue waffle or something.
Oh.
Craig used to leave that on my computer.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
I've seen this. Okay.
I was there for that.
I
too,
haven't
think.
seen it.
It's
but
on
I've seen
Disney
the
Plus,
photo of it.
I think.
It says Disney Fuzz
Yeah,
Bucket.
it was a made-for-TV movie about a imaginary friend that the kid could see when he drank basically all the ingredients in his kitchen, and the
What?
creature is like a rat-looking thing that's
Oh,
like this
no.
tall, and it's not scary, but my friend's like legitimately afraid of it. So
No, those things
it
are
makes
the
me
most
laugh.
scary, truly.
But like, I wanted you guys to be like, oh, I watch, the Ewok movie all the time, or I could tell you my stories. Different podcast. Here we go. All right. Well, everybody, we got news. You came here for Disney stuff. Sorry, we're on a thing. I had quite a morning today. So, before we dive into the news, I have to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. Check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. And if you're looking for another way to support us, well, we also have a Patreon set up where you'll find exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, as well as our Patreon live show that we do either as a pre or post show also on this very Tuesday. You can get that and all the past shows for just $5 a month. You can do it once and cancel, whatever the young kids call it, the burn and churn or the churn and burn. I don't know what it is. No harm, no foul. Patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Now, you guys see what I did there? I tricked everyone. I did it after the how y'all doing instead of before the how y'all doing.
Oh,
Gotcha. I got the
fell for
commercial
it.
deeper into the program.
Good
into
job.
the program. And now, all that just to butter everybody up to say we're
the
going to
earnings
talk
call.
about some numbers. Okay, I apologize. The first thing we're talking about is the Disney Q3 2025 earnings report. Yay! Numbers! Everyone loves dense number conversations. Well, you're all in luck because I have the voice of a Muppet. So just imagine the Muppet version of me reading this to you, and maybe you'll feel a little bit better and laugh a little bit more. I don't think I even have to do it. I think my voice has just the weirdest like pitch to it that sometimes it's like,
No.
oh, you're human? Are you human or are you man?
Or are you robot?
Is that-
Are you a man?
Yeah,
Are
there
you
it
a
is.
Muppet?
That's
Are
you a Muppet?
that's the song.
Yeah.
So the Walt Disney Company reported its third quarter earnings for fiscal 2025, highlighting strong results driven by continued growth in its experiences segment. Total revenue reached $23.7 billion with a B, a 2% increase over the same period last year. Uncle Bobby Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, had this to say. We are pleased with our creative success and financial performance in Q3 as we continue to execute across our strategic priorities. The company is taking major steps forward in streaming with the upcoming launch of ESPN's direct-to-consumer service, our just announced plans with the NFL, and our forthcoming integration of Hulu into Disney Plus, creating a truly differentiated streaming proposition that harnesses the highest caliber brands and franchises, general entertainment, family programming, news, and industry-leading sports content.
You sound like Legal Weasel before World of Color now.
Do not jump in the lake. Don't jump in the bay. I actually just, if anyone is wondering what Hannah's talking about, on our Diz YouTube channel,
Hey.
youtube.com/WDWinfo or youtube.com/@thediz, I have put up the Muppets pre-show.
Ooh.
Yeah, of the World of Color Happiness, and it's fantastic. Hold on, back to Uncle Bobby. And we have more expansions underway around the world. Now I feel like I'm doing Richard Nixon. In our parks and experiences that at any other time in our history. With ambitious plans ahead for all our businesses, we're not done building, and we're excited for Disney's future. Now, let's talk about the theme park that is the area of the company that continues to deliver. That is Disney's Experiences segment, which includes theme parks, Disney Cruise Line, and consumer products. Generated $9.1 billion in revenue for the quarter, an 8% increase over quarter 3 2024. 8% more than last year. Wow. Operating income climbed 13% to $2.5 billion. Domestic parks and experiences led the growth with $1.7 billion in operating income, a 22% increase year over year, driven by higher per capita guest spending, stronger ticket yields, and increased hotel occupancy at Walt Disney World and the Disneyland Resort. That's interesting. More people in the hotels.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Really, because I thought the narrative was like that. It was. I mean, I don't think this narrative is gonna. I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I don't think these will ring true much longer. But you know,
And also, I didn't include that in this tidbit, but the report shows that this is based on flat attendance, which means that it's a lot of repeat visitors. There's not a lot of new people visiting right now.
Yeah.
that is really interesting. So repeat people, but spending more.
Yeah, and staying
Right.
longer.
Maybe
I
there's
mean,
something in that.
They're
yeah.
also spending more because prices are also
Yes.
Well, that's
right.
the other part too,
Fluctuated.
because Lord knows Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said Jesus, and I kept saying I wasn't going to say Jesus or oh my God, because we got to complain about that. Sorry.
We said Lord first. It felt
Sorry,
respectful.
Lord help me, Jesus. Walt Disney World reached an all-time high for Q3 revenue, driven by strong demand and longer guest stays. Literally what Chloe just said. I apologize.
sorry.
Bookings were up 4% compared to the prior year, including increased interest in multi-generational and extended family vacations. With booking, I heard what I said, with booking growth ranging from 14% to 25%. That is a big jump. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Again.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of see it with your family, like you in action. Like you're here with mom, dad,
Yeah.
you know, you and your husband, and then your kid, and it's
Well,
like, and your sister. It's like,
I
you're not
guess
here just like once. You're here, like it's kind of creepy.
they're asking me
Yeah,
to
it's a
leave.
little, yeah, it's like-
I will say, there's this like millennial generation of people who are like were Disney adults, and some are choosing to have children now, and so I think like it's given my parents renewed interest in Disney and spending money at Disney, whereas I feel like there for a while they were felt kind of burned just because of like all the changes that came with COVID, and then everything feels so expensive right now. But then some of that goes out the door when you have a grandkid. You're like, oh, well, I got a grandkid, so if he wants to go to Disney, we're taking him to Disney, and we're buying the balloon, and we're staying at the hotel. So maybe some of it's just a circle of life moment. I don't know.
Well, in its executive commentary, Disney made a brief reference to the newly opened Universal Epic Universe Park. They said, "We are pleased with these results and encouraged by the continued resiliency of our domestic parks business, particularly at Walt Disney World, despite increased competition in the Orlando market." Also, Epic Universe had a pretty good bump in numbers.
Yeah,
It's like 20% or something like that.
They're still at 50% capacity. They haven't opened it up.
I know.
Fully.
That's why I was trying to. I really like. I forced myself to do a baseline Friday. Like I wasn't going to leave the house, and I was like, no, I've got to do this. I've got to start doing this. I've got to start going back here and hanging out. And I'm glad I did, because I met some people who listen or watch the show.
Fun.
Yeah, a bunch of different families. It was, and it was crazy too. It was like one person where I was like, oh, I like your Mickey, and they're like, we love you. And they're like, we watch your show. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I needed that.
Yeah, I was like, it was really sweet. They were very, very kind people who like didn't want to bother me. And they're like, we didn't want to stop you or whatever. And I was like, I just was distracted because your Mickey kept turning its head, blinking its eyes, and looking at me. And
That's cool.
Like it was possessed. And I was like, it was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I forget why I started that story.
Parks competition.
Oh,
Epic.
yeah. And I was talking to some of the people there about Epic being like, because they were telling me, they asked me, they were like, oh, that's the debate. We're trying to decide whether we should go now or maybe we should wait to see if they're doing something for the holidays. And I said, well, maybe they will. I mean, I would love it if they did. But I said, you should go now, because I think what's really clever that Universal is doing is that they're keeping the capacity down so that, like, we're in a season right now, because these are people who come all the time. They were like, I was like, it better than anybody else. A thunderstorm every day, almost a guarantee, and this is a brand new theme park and it's very popular. And so like adding weather on top of that, I was like, I think it's really smart of them to keep the capacity cap, because then the word of mouth will be more of a actually what did they get to experience, and when it's positive, it is truly positive because they have the purer experience instead of being like, well, it was a completely at capacity park with a thunderstorm that lasted for 6 hours that one day, and I got to do one ride and blah blah blah, and so I think they're doing. I will hold true. I still think it's worth going there, and
Yeah,
I have a friend coming to town where I'm like, we're gonna go because of that, because I'm like, we got to go now before it's like full, because I worry about what it's like when it's full. But
Yeah.
anyway, back to Disney. I see I got a thumbs down in the chat. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, boy.
I know. I like to think there's like one sad person who comes through and is like, this place, no. And then they leave. All right. Well, let's hear what they had to say about streaming. So Disney's direct-to-consumer streaming segment, which includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, reported increased profits. The segment posted $346 million in operating income for the quarter, reversing losses seen in prior years. And that's quite the reversal of the narrative in streaming services in general right now.
It's pretty historic.
A really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Total global subscribers rose to 183 million, with Disney Plus adding another 1.8 million new subscribers and Hulu gaining 900,000. Revenue for the segment increased 6% to approximately $6.1 billion, driven by price adjustments and improved subscriber retention. Again, I don't care for the price adjustments, but they seem like they're coming too fast and too furious. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not talking about those films on Peacock. In terms of entertainment and sports update, to quote John Mulaney's mom, ugh, this should be good. The entertainment segment experienced a 15% decline in operating income, totaling just over $1 billion. The drop was attributed to a lighter theatrical release schedule versus last year's blockbuster Inside Out 2 and reduced licensing performance compared to last year.
Nah, their movies just suck.
I also can't remember. Well, this isn't right now, right? What is
No.
quarter 3 until?
Quarter 3 was until end of August.
Oh,
I'm sorry, end of
went
July.
to
Yeah. So this would have included Elio. Would it wouldn't have included Snow White, right?
It would have, yes. If
It
it's till
would've.
end of July
Well,
this year,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah, because it technically would have included the start of Fantastic Four, which isn't doing well in the movie theaters, which is sad because it actually is.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's
It
an
also
enjoyable movie.
Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
which did not perform well either, sadly.
Yeah.
And Thunderbolts was great. I love
Right?
Thunderbolts.
It-
Yeah.
I put that in there compared to last year because Inside Out 2 was huge for them.
Right, that is true.
All of these combined still didn't,
Comparatively.
it still played in comparison.
But I mean, I will say I think Elio and Snow White especially
was Snow White part of this quarter or was it quarter 2 though?
that's what I'm wondering.
Oh,
was that March?
yeah, it might have been March. It was
Yeah,
definitely
so that
a lot
would've been
earlier in the
Q2.
year.
Yeah, I think that
I think it's Universal is the studio that's
Yeah, it was
having like the
March.
best year this year. Is it? It might be Universal or it might be Warner Brothers. You know, because one of them is basically like another hit. It might be Warner Brothers because it's Superman.
Okay.
But Universal had Jurassic Park, and one of those studios already hit $1 billion or something, another hit
yeah.
thing. But you know what? Here's the thing. All these people, you released Jurassic Park, then filed 2 weeks later by the Jurassic Park was like 2 weeks before Superman,
Yeah.
which was 2 weeks before or the week before Fantastic Four or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think people are overjudging. Corey's in the chat, and I trust him because he's always a movie person. Says it's Warner Brothers. They're releasing these movies too close together.
Yeah.
Because you're judging. Everything is so expensive. And
Yeah.
what it takes to get your family to go to what are these big
Yeah.
family features, and you're making 4-quadrant films, as they say. It's like it's too much. Like
It's
if
worth
you
it
don't
to
have the
sign up for
subscription
A-list
service.
for a month right now.
But I also think that's us, and we have like
Yeah.
we either have a significant other or we're single or whatever. And you know, for a whole family, I still think it's cheaper for a family to do it if you're like, well, we're gonna go once a week or something. But you can do
Yeah.
4 movies a week.
But
with that.
summer movie, it kind of makes sense. Summer movies, it's like, if you don't live where we do, what are you going to do with your kids all summer? You
Okay.
take them to the movies or to the pool.
Corey's got it too for us. It was WB had Superman, Sinners,
Okay.
which became like the #1 R-rated horror movie ever. Minecraft, Weapons, Final Destination, and F1. I thought F1 was F1 is an
Oh.
Apple movie. I thought, but
Huh.
I need to see that too, though.
Yeah.
So, in contrast to the movies, the sports segment posted a 29% increase in operating income, also reaching around $1 billion. The improvement came from favorable comparisons, stable domestic ad revenue, and growth in sports rights values. Disney also announced 2 major sports deals, a strategic partnership with the NFL in which the league will take a 10% stake in ESPN in exchange for NFL media assets, including Red Zone and NFL Network, and a multi-year agreement with WWE that makes ESPN the exclusive U.S. home for WWE premium live events starting in 2026. That's interesting because I thought WWE was associated with Universal.
It's
Or is
on
that
Netflix.
WWF? I thought
now.
it just went to Netflix,
It
though.
did.
Yeah.
But this is saying the premium streaming, so that's a little bit different.
Well, it's also interesting because I know a lot of these. I think they're seeing sort of what Netflix did with like the Beyonce concert. I know that they had gotten, was it the Thanksgiving football game was on Netflix?
The Beyonce Bowl.
Yeah, the Beyonce Bowl. That's why I said sorry, the Beyonce concert.
Yeah.
I meant the football game. But these sort of experiments and those big draws are
Tyson
paying
fight.
off. Well, we're getting back, the joke always being like we're remaking cable. I think we're back to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
for
this has
sure.
become pay-per-view
Yeah.
because I'd pay for whatever, for the
But now
big
it's
thing.
everything.
Right.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and it's
Pay-per-view is
exhausting.
just like select things that
Yeah.
you wanted in your home. Yeah.
Okay, so looking ahead, Disney plans to launch a new ESPN direct-to-consumer streaming service on August 21st. That is right around the corner. The service will include multiple pricing tiers starting at $11.99 per month with bundling options that include Hulu and Disney+. The company anticipates strong subscriber growth in Q4, bolstered by a distribution deal with Charter Communications that is expected to add more than 10 million new Disney Plus and Hulu consumers. In one quarter, that is a lot of subscribers.
Wow.
That's a
really
lot.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I understand what they're doing, because you already have ESPN streaming.
I don't know either. Yeah.
And like all of their stuff.
You know what I've noticed too, and I don't know if this is true for anybody else. I went to go watch, it was like New Girl. I was at Kim's house for her birthday in the end of July, and I was like, we had been talking about New Girl. I was like, oh, I need to show you this scene from this one episode I'm talking about. And I went to pull it up because I was like, oh, it's all on Hulu and Netflix. It's not on Netflix anymore. It's on Hulu. Oh, I could only get to season 1 because I'm not bundled.
Yeah.
I have Disney Plus separately, and I have Hulu separately, but you can only access with the bundle. And I was like, that's a little bit effed up. Like, I'm technically spending more money having them separate because I want no commercials.
Yeah.
So I keep them separate. And I know there's a bundle. It's just complicated to have them bundled with no commercials. They might have changed it, but originally you had to like have them prorated every month.
Oh, I'm not
going
going
to
to lie.
lie.
Very recently, I spent way too much time doing the math on all of my streaming services. I was like, I'll just bundle them all. And it was cheaper to keep them separate. Because some of them, I don't mind commercials. And some of them I do. Like TV shows don't give me commercials. But if it's a movie and you play one commercial before it starts, all right, that's fine. So anyways, it saved me like $10 a month.
Oh, see, yeah. It also is
$120 a year.
Well, I'm in the thing where like right now I was like, okay, Paramount's the one I keep thinking, I'm going to change the Paramount. Sorry for that noise. One of the cables is dying.
Sorry.
It's not mine. Tuesday without the cable dying. Star Trek started again. So I was like, well, I'm stuck in for the next like 10 weeks. Hannah, I think there is something wrong with it's not yours. I think it's mine.
Oh,
the microphone?
Well, hopefully we'll get through this a little bit quicker without any more of those earthquakes that people are probably hearing.
Earthquake.
For the full fiscal year, Disney raised its adjusted earnings per share forecast to $5.85. It's an 18% increase from 2024. The company now expects its streaming business to deliver $1.3 billion in operating income for the year, while operating income from the experiences segment is projected to grow 8%. Wow, there you have it. Do you think that this will continue to hold for their final quarter of the month? Was the prompt I wrote myself.
Yes, definitely.
See, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a dip just because I think we're starting to see this decrease in travel in the United States. Like, I just saw a thing the other day. I know that John mentioned it in our Monday meeting, but I actually saw an article on like CNN or something like that was talking about this like massive dip in Vegas. That it's like down like 14% or something. It was double digit travel, but they were like places are concerned because it's literally all how they make the money, and it's like and health insurance is set to go up again, and like
times are tough.
Everything costs so much money.
I feel like the entertainment segment, obviously they've got some stuff on the horizon that'll help, but I don't know that's going to offset what's going on in the parks. The only thing I'd say is that like I know like October is a popular travel time for a lot of families. Like usually kids have a fall break, and there's obviously Halloween happenings going on in the park, but that's after this quarter. So
that's quarter one.
I mean, think about August. So that would be July. Wait, no, excuse me. That would be July, August, September, right?
And I do see in the chat somebody clarified too, saying ESPN has to pay the rights to all the networks that carry NFL games. With the new partnership, they no longer have to pay for the rights.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I'm like, what? So what's new? That's what's new.
I don't know. But you guys want to talk about something else? Because I'm kind of over the numbers game. I know it's like blah blah blah, but. Come on now. I'm going to turn the next one over to Chloe. She wrote the article. We have a familiar face returning to Imagineering, and I was a little confused about the excitement about it, but the more I'm kind of hearing about it, the more I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. So
let me fill you in.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Why should we be excited?
Well, let me explain.
Martin Short.
Martin Short. No, not Martin Short. Longtime fans of Disney parks have reason to celebrate, and I'll tell you why. As Jason Surrell, a celebrated former Imagineer, has officially returned to Walt Disney Imagineering as a creative consultant. Jason Surrell began his Disney career in the late 90s before rising to prominence as a senior show writer and creative director. His first chapter with Disney, which spanned 15 years, includes work on beloved attractions, including Star Tours, The Adventures Continue, Walt Disney One Man's Dream, The Great Movie Ride, and enhancements in Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. And one of my favorite details, actually, you can even see one of his projects at the Haunted Mansion today. It's the animated Madame Leota tombstone just before you get into the first
family
pre-show
favorite.
room. Oh, yes. We love her. We love her. He was also instrumental in the development of New Fantasyland, Disney Cruise Line projects, and special events like Star Wars Weekends. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Additionally, his Disney publishing writings include one of my favorite Disney books ever, The Haunted Mansion from the Magic Kingdom to the Movies, and Disney Mountains Imagineering at its Peak, which are both must-reads, as well as contributing to Ridley Pearson's iconic Kingdom Keeper series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After leaving Imagineering in 2014, Surrell joined Universal Creative, where he worked on high-profile projects including Universal Studios Beijing and the recently opened Epic Universe. He also previously worked with Universal Creative before Disney Imagineering where he worked on script writing Jurassic Park River Adventure at Islands of Adventure. So a lot of great attractions and storytelling in his resume. So this is exciting news. So now as Disney prepares for these major theme park expansions, including Magic Kingdom's Villains Land and Piston Peak, Animal Kingdom's Tropical America's Land, and Monstropolis at Hollywood Studios, and whatever's next for Epcot, who knows? Surrell's return, paired with Bruce Vaughn's recent return as CCO of Walt Disney Imagineering after Chapek's departure, could be the renewed creative focus that Disney World needs. With his blend of deep Disney roots, working alongside and learning from original Imagineering veterans, his homecoming is a promising sign of creative energy fueling the next Renaissance era of Disney's theme parks. So I'm pretty hopeful for this. Creative consultant could mean quite a few things. It mainly means that he's going to help in developing show concepts, storylines. I know that they hired Joe Rohde back as a creative consultant for the Animal Kingdom project, so it's great that they're bringing on some of these original
Are you talking about the
Imagineers.
Americas and the Indiana Jones thing?
Tropical Americas. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So like I said, creative consultant isn't like he's not hired on as a show producer or a director by any means, but at least he's involved in these projects, which is great news. I thought it was really interesting. I had no idea that he went over to creative for Epic Universe. So it's fairly recent, and this is kind of like his next chapter. So I'm excited.
Well, and obviously, like, congratulations to that, because that's, for me, I think creatively a very good success. I mean, the whatever he was involved in, really all the lands or the worlds over there, I think, are just fantastic. So
yeah.
But yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Also, a couple of things I want to note before we move on from like Disney or Walt Disney World. The Beacon Barrel, we talked about it last week, that is opening very soon. I believe the reservations are August 14th.
14th, 2 days.
2 days from the recording of this podcast. And the Beacon Barrel will open on the 29th, August 29th. I did see on the former Twitter, whatever we call it now, the thing I don't know why I even ever open anymore, that our friend Scott Gustin, I don't know if he's listening, Scott, but hello. I see him all the time. Scott's great.
Yeah.
He did receive confirmation that the Beacon Barrel is going to be opening after its official opening, will be open during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, as well as the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas parties, which also we will be getting more information on the Christmas party in September, apparently. But so if you are somebody who's got tickets 29th or after for Mickey's Not So Scary, something to put on your radar, maybe.
Yeah. I've got some clients like that is part of their Mickey's Not So Scary party experience. So, and it might be an easier time to get a reservation. You never know.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, everyone else is going to be very like party centric. I don't know.
And there's not as many people in the park, and it's going to be in high demand. Like I'm hoping we can get a reservation. So
I know. Well, we really the GO82 problem is that still fully booked all the time.
I know.
And I'm like, and it's not. I think the pirate, the Beacon Barrel looks like it's going to have larger capacity. I don't know.
I don't know.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean,
I
look forward
feel
to
like
it.
Beacon Barrel's going to be more popular because it's in Magic Kingdom and it's family friendly.
Yeah.
And GO82 is adults only. Like, I mean, there was a time I could go to GO82 and I was like, oh shoot, I got a kid. Put him in a disguise.
Yeah, put stack him on top of another kid. Get a trench coat, a hat. I've got a fake mustache. Yeah.
He would like dino
You're
nuggets
fine.
and an apple juice. Your finest.
So also at Disneyland Resort, Magic Key holders will be getting a 50% off discount on the Lightning Lane Multipass on August 13th through the 18th. The reason why I want to mention that is because it starts tomorrow. Is that the expensive one?
No, that's just the.
It's just regular, right?
Yeah.
Multipass, like the what was Max Pass. Yeah.
Well, you don't pre-purchase. Well, yeah, you do. You can pre-purchase it. Yeah.
50%. That's
I know.
pretty good.
Those
That
are
also,
very specific dates. What's up with that?
I don't know. There
Yeah.
must be
It's
like
like
a.
so specific.
I'm guessing there's a low capacity dip in
Yeah.
those. I'm going to assume back to school.
Yeah.
That week or something, and so there must be like a travel dip or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm also like right now they're like it's like anywhere from like $20 to $30 or something like that, so half off. I'm like, okay, girl.
Yeah, good time to go.
That'd be, yeah, good lord. That on top of already 70th, and there's discounts for the
Yeah.
hotels out there. I was like, my God, if there's ever been a time to go to Disneyland, it's now.
Yep.
And I think no, I think their Halloween party starts right after that. I think it's like the 19th or something. It might not be. No, the first one might be the 17th. Somebody Google that,
Okay.
so I'm not like crazy.
I was
The
just going to
first
say-
Oogie Boogie Bash.
I was just going to say, I think with the multi-pass, I can't do two
What's
things
the
at once.
expensive one called? Someone Google that.
Can you Google that? Yeah. Because
Hannah.
I was just going to say, like, I think with just the way that the crowds are at Disneyland and just the attendance is it's a lot of locals, and a lot of locals don't really invest in that multi-lane or I want to call it fast pass, multi-lightning lane. Because we actually just bought our tickets. We had like a military rate through a family member, and it includes multi-lane in that pro rate as well. So I'm like,
When's
this is
When's that
crazy.
for though?
October. Also.
Disneyland in October.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Disneyland, so it is the multi-pass at Disneyland starts at $32 per person per day. So that's like the standard.
Yeah.
The difference at Disneyland is that if you're booking a package or a ticket, you can go ahead and pre-add it. Whereas Disney World, unless you're staying at one of the resorts,
Yeah.
you cannot add it until 7 days.
Wait,
before
but
your
what's the
vacation.
thing called?
Oh, the Big Bad Pass.
Yeah, what's the one that's like $400? And the first
Premier, Lightning Lane Premier.
Lightning Lane Premier, that
Premier,
one. Yeah.
yes.
So the first Oogie Boogie Bash is on the 17th.
This month, yeah.
So interesting that is all overlaying together.
Man, good time.
God, I
want
want to go to Oogie Boogie Bash real
Me
bad.
too.
Okay, well, it's time to take a dip in the water, and we're going to talk very briefly, I promise, about Disney Cruise Line. I know sometimes people get upset that we include Disney Cruise Line in the show, but this is our Disney news and discussion podcast. So we talk about Disney Cruise Line news here, as well as we do have a Disney Cruise Line podcast called The DCL Show, and that is aimed at helping people plan a better Disney Cruise Line vacation. So we are Disney News. They are Disney Planning and Vacation. See how that works? We can all get along, but I promise it won't ever, hopefully, not too often overtake the show. But we do have a brand new cruise ship coming out pretty soon that is very exciting. So, and speaking of a new cruise ship, speaking of a new cruise ship, before the two new cruise ships that set sail this year, I keep forgetting there's two. A new Wish-class ship has started its construction process with the steel cutting ceremony. Held at the Meyer Wharf Shipyard in Papenburg, Germany, the steel cutting ceremony is a time-honored maritime tradition that marks the very first step in building a brand new ship. Using a giant machine, the ship's first piece of steel is cut into shape, symbolizing this exciting beginning. I know you thought I was going to say something else.
Yeah, kind of.
I know.
Cruise line.
Sorry, I was trying to really go for some gravitas in there, and it didn't happen.
Flames.
This fourth Wish-class ship will follow in the footsteps of the Disney Wish, Disney Treasure, and the soon-to-set sail Disney Destiny, which we will have plenty of coverage on that. So stay tuned to the channel for that in early November before the ship set sails officially November 20th. We don't know anything about this new Wish-class ship just yet, though. So hopefully we'll get some details on that soon. I'm not sure how far before the Destiny we got the name of the Destiny or the Treasure or any of that stuff. But speaking of the Destiny, the new ship has floated out of the Meyer Wharf Shipyard in
Is it
Papenburg. She floats, which is a good sign for a ship.
Things are going well.
This is actually the thing, the moment when the ship kind of like touches the water for the first time. So the float out, again, another maritime tradition that signals the end of the main construction phase. The Disney Destiny now moves into the next stage, which is outfitting the interiors with Disney's signature blend of storytelling, technology, and guest comforts. Over the coming months, crews will install dining venues, entertainment spaces, staterooms, and themed areas designed to immerse guests in favorite Disney stories. The float out also marks the beginning of preparations for sea trials, where the ship will be tested in open waters to ensure everything operates smoothly. Once complete, the Disney Destiny will make its way to its home port and welcome its first guest.
So exciting.
So the weird part about this, though, to me, is the thing I was reading about, the time frame, is that so it only takes 3 months to do the interior of the ship to get it all set, because judging by the treasure, I would have assumed it would have taken way longer, although I do believe the treasure, so I don't know when that happened for the treasure, but the treasure, I believe, was done ahead of time, and the Wish was not. The Wish had to be, like, rushed.
Yeah.
And is why some people rate it lower than the others.
So they're putting finishing touches. It's definitely not show ready by any means.
Yeah.
From what I understand from people who work on these ships, they get like the majority of it done to a level where they just, these next 3 months, they're putting on, like I said, those finishing touches.
Yeah.
I do know.
Means Disney cruising.
So they'll fly out a team stateside to Germany, and then the 2 weeks or 10 days that it takes to get to Florida, that team's like assembling furniture and putting pillows out, and they're doing rehearsals.
Well, I think like laying the carpet or something.
I mean, literally, they're doing all of those things. So some of it like is, the Imagineers actually like creating stuff, and then some of it's just like, DCL shoreside cast members assembling furniture. So literally, I mean, like working around the clock.
That's crazy.
That first photo of the ship coming out of the warehouse. Yes. I know we've seen Spider-Man, like his statue. I know Disney has owned Marvel for a few years, but it is still so wild to me to see the back of a huge Disney cruise ship with Spider-Man on the back.
It's
like
cool.
That is wild.
Also, it's crazy to me, of all the Marvel characters in the entire library, they were like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because
Spider-Man has a chokehold on everyone.
Well, true, but also he is still technically within the rights grasp of Sony. So like it's kind of weird that they're like, okay, well, we're doing it.
Power move.
Like what happens if that sours at all? Because Sony technically is abiding by their contract with Marvel to have it, and so it's just that's
Did they have
very
some
interesting to me.
Weird loophole because the ship is registered in the Bahamas? I wonder, like if there was some kind of weird thing that they could do. Because we also talked about that with, like, the Universal parks have their Marvel Superhero Island. And, like, this is the first themed Disney entertainment thing for the East Coast with these
you're right.
characters.
Because technically Disney still is the parent company of Marvel. So technically Sony still is licensing the character from Marvel.
Yeah.
So it could just probably extends to, like, film rights and stuff like that. So they're probably okay to do that. But you're right. It probably does have to do with that. Because it's going to be docked in Florida.
Yeah.
So interesting. Excited nonetheless. Exciting time. Yeah. Nerds talking about nerd Disney nerd stuff. But
speak for yourself.
Like-minded people.
Just kidding.
Well, while we're on the Disney Cruise Line, I'm gonna turn it over to Hannah. She's gonna remind us about a cruise discount that had come out recently.
Yeah, so there is a discount. It's 50% off the third and fourth guest on select Disney sailings on the Disney Magic, Wonder, Dream, Fantasy, and Wish. Is for select dates starting as early as October 3rd all the way through March 27th. So it's a good time to book a family and friends cruise for Halloween on the High Seas, very maritime cruise, or maybe like a spring break cruise, any of those things. So this is the third and fourth guests. Those guests can be any age. You can't combine it with other discounts, but the rates that we've seen are a really great deal. So you might want to use this one versus maybe a placeholder discount or something like that you have. Also, we're noticing for especially the fall months, there are quite a bit of guaranteed sailing. So the way that works is you get up to 30% off your stateroom. Disney assigns it for you, but they guarantee at least a category. So they say, okay, you're at least going to have an ocean view, or you're at least going to have a veranda stateroom. We're going to pick where it is on the ship for you, but you get a substantial savings. So these are all, like I said, in the coming couple months. You can combine them with the Dreams Unlimited Travel shipboard credit, so you can use that towards your prepaid gratuities or fun stuff like port adventures, mixology classes, spa experiences, souvenirs, that kind of thing. So just want to remind you guys that's still out there with travel dates all the way through March 27th.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
you.
Also, I just want to
Okay, Godfather.
thank you for the offer we couldn't refuse. God, that was the worst impression I've ever done.
I liked it.
Also want to remind people about scooter rentals over at Buena Vista Scooters, which is a deal you can find at www.info.com or on the Diz.
Yeah.
If they're like fans of the Diz or something, you get like 10%
Yeah, so
off?
it's a special offer exclusive to us and Buena Vista Rentals. So all you
Yum.
need to type in is buenavistascooters.com/offer/WDW info, or you can Google WDW info Buena Vista Scooters. It'll come up. But you can rent, there's different kinds of scooters, a wheelchair, even stroller rentals. Stroller rentals are a big deal. That way you don't have to travel with your stroller, worry about breaking, getting it back with you, save space, all those things. The best thing of all is they deliver and pick up directly from your Walt Disney World or Universal Resort, and you save 10% just for listening to the podcast.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good offer.
Very good, very good.
Very good. Very good. So I want to answer, I want to go over to a couple of weeks ago. We had asked on our Diz Unlimited Facebook page. Yes, some people do still use Facebook. Not really me, but we do still use it if you're interested. I'm not saying it doesn't serve a purpose. I'm just overwhelmed by things, most things, all things, honestly. Life. And
Take a breath.
we asked for some vacation planning questions and stuff, and I've got a couple here I pulled out, and hopefully this microphone holds out just long enough that we can do that, because I can hear it sort of dying, and I apologize for that noise. I wanted to do a couple. I've got like 3 in front of me right here. I want to keep this rhythm going of that. I like ending the show on that sort of like fun conversation. So actually, I've got 2. I think we're going to have enough time for 2, because 2 of these might be a little more involved than others.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with this one submitted by Kay Mary. And this is not necessarily vacation planning, but it kind of is. But also it's because I heard Chloe listening to Haunted Mansion music today. The question is, what's your favorite Disney music? And Kay says music is such an important part of the Disney experience. And I agree. And I actually, like, at one time on our Patreon had my like Disney hype list on there. I'm not sure if it's there anymore. But I'm just curious, like, do you guys, because when I'll do this every now and then, I have like a playlist that's like Disney songs that is like, I'll listen to it like in the morning when I'm getting ready at like Disneyland. Because I say Disneyland only because I'm more likely than not staying in like a hotel obviously I'm staying in a hotel. I don't live in California. So when I'm at Disneyland, I'm at a hotel, and that's like part of the experience. Whereas at Walt Disney World, I'm just like coming from my house or in my car or whatever. But I find that like I like to listen to like some Disney music to hype myself good up there. What's on your playlist? What are you guys listening to? Anybody throw one out?
I have a lot. So I listen to it quite a bit at home, because when I'm writing our articles, I like to get in the mood with like the theme of what I'm writing about. And so I listen to a lot of background loops on YouTube. I listen to certain websites like Sorcerer Radio or Deep Park Radio.
She loves the BGM.
I love the BGM. I love the attraction ride-throughs. I used to listen to this a lot when I was a wee Disney fan, but now as an adult too, I don't listen to them so much in the car, but I also listen to them, like you said, at the hotels, at the Disney parks. I'm getting ready for the day. I like to pop them on. I like the old WW channel music that they used to play. The new one's still fine, but it's not as good as like,
I don't know what that is.
Like
the resort channel?
Resort channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's generic, like not generic. It's Disney
like the map when you're
orchestrations.
like on the
Yes.
and it says times.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
But they also
welcome,
have like
Platinum
some
family.
some background music, like videos. They have the info, like narration in there sometimes too, with like about the park hopping tickets and fast passes, like very nostalgic, as you know. But for music, Some of my go-tos are Carthay Circle Restaurant, background music. It's very Disney Cruise Line to me. I feel like there's a lot of crossover there. I love Animation Courtyard at Hollywood Studios. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites, Innoventions Area Music Loop, which does not exist anymore, sadly. But I love old Future World music, just to name a few. I love a lot.
Jeez Louise, I did not expect such a... There was that Footloose energy I was looking for.
There you go. There's your...
there's my Footloose,
That's funny.
What about you, Hannah? What do you got on your playlist?
So it's funny. I remember back in the day coming on vacation, I was in charge of the music, and so I would make 2 mixtapes for the way down. Keep in mind, it was a 9-hour drive, and that was all we... Listen, you were not allowed to listen to anything else but my curated mixtape that I made, and... there were like a couple that would just like, okay, he's a pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean. You can't not get hyped to that. Like, I'm pretty sure my dad got a speeding ticket.
Oh, the dun-dun-dun. Yeah.
Like, I've never laughed so hard. So every time that comes on now, like on a playlist or whatever, I think about my dad. Like, you know,
yeah.
We suddenly got to Disney so quick. And then, so my son's 2 favorites right now are The Haunted Mansion and Pirates. And so we'll just listen like back to back to back to back. But I feel like a lot of those are like classic attraction songs.
The cue music especially, you'll notice, like they're very ambient, like Pirates cue music, Soarin's cue music. There's a lot of really good.
I'm getting really surprised by your answers.
Okay, so Soarin, the cue music, oh my gosh, is so random. But one of the songs is from Steel Magnolias.
Yes,
and that is one of my favorite. Actually, so there's my movie, Steel Magnolias. If I'm like feeling any kind of way, and I'm like, I need a good therapeutic cry,
she drinks a juice.
I drink my juice, and I put on Steel Magnolias, and I cry at the same scene every time, like clockwork. But anyways, they play a song from Steel Magnolias in the queue, and I'm always just like, so happy.
You just reminded me, too, speaking of Soarin', the Land Pavilion background music is one of my favorites, like any time of day. They have a lot of like flight-themed songs throughout, including Hook, which Disney
Oh, yeah, they do have Hook in there,
through licensing, I'm not sure. But there's Hook, there's like... Flight of the Navigator, a ton of like just random. I also I feel like I've talked about this before, but Disneyland Paris for some reason has John Williams music for Harry Potter in their daytime or nighttime loop, I forget. And fun fact, you're really tapping into something here right now. Fun fact,
right?
one of the resort buses here plays that loop.
Yes.
So one time I was on a Disney World transport bus and it was playing Harry Potter music and I thought I was going insane.
I can't remember. It's happened to me too, and I can't remember if you're just going to Hollywood Studios or it's a Pop Century bus. I feel like the Pop Century bus does some weird stuff where you're like, you should.
They just play from all over.
Yeah, I know. Man, what a time. Okay, that also reminds me. Okay, now I'm gonna go. It's completely different.
Sorry.
I think it's Wilderness Lodge. I know Port Orleans Riverside, but Wilderness Lodge, at night, they turn on like a cricket sound.
Yes.
God, I've never been so tired before in my life. They hit the crickets.
It's so
They
relaxing.
turn off the lights, and you get there, and you're like, I wish I could just died on this bus. Why did you have to turn off?
The lights come on you. Yeah.
Yeah, the cockroaches scatter, and I'm like, leave me here. So, anyways, what about you, Rhino?
Mine's such a cheesy. This is why I'm like, mine is the DuckTales theme song is in my, like, I'll run to this playlist sometimes. I got DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. When there's trouble, you call DW. There's nothing like those early 90s theme songs, because there was that. And then, oh my gosh! I'll literally just like pull it up right now because I feel like I'm about to miss one. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
You got Powerline on there too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, honey, come on now.
Come on.
Okay, that's on my son's playlist right now too, and we
Stand Out
to
and Eye to Eye.
Yeah, he'll just say Powerline, and it's like, yeah, we get 2 songs.
Okay, but a go-to for a road trip, though, is On the Open Road from a Goofy movie. Like, I do all of the voices. And, yeah, exactly.
Hold on.
You walked right into that. Dang it.
Wait, I thought I added that.
I thought you did, too.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Hold on, I got it. I took we always like
Yeah.
the one guy, the tiny guy with the big, who is one of the dancers.
I didn't know that until we had that conversation.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
Duh.
So he's the dancer that Goofy walks in on and does the.
Oh, yes, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Because she's got his little
Yes.
picture on the front,
So
and
funny.
it's funny. Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
another emotional one for a road trip is Go the Distance from Hercules.
No.
What?
Sorry,
That doesn't
I got
get you in
real
your
quick.
feels?
No.
You haven't even, you haven't watched Hercules? Or
I
not in a
have
long
seen
time?
it. I have seen it. I like. No, I won't say I'm in love.
Okay, Go the Distance is the superior song. Duh.
It's fine.
I'm judging you.
It's fine. I like the Mob song from Beauty and the Beast. Kill the beast. Kill the beast. Grab your thing. Stick your courage. Stick your courage. No. Grab your courage. Stick your.
and your
It's something about
knives.
courage sticking to the. Courage sticking place. I don't remember. Poor unfortunate souls.
Wow.
I think I like something with like a deep, like culmination of a song. I think because I like to cry, I put When She Loved Me in here.
Are you kidding me? That is the most like I hear it come
Hold
on,
on,
and
let
I'm
me
like,
cry for a
nope,
minute.
nope,
Nope, turn it off. Yeah.
No.
Oh, you know what song? I'm like, if I even hear it start playing, I'm like, pump this up.
Okay.
He lives in you.
Oh my gosh.
He lives in you. Yeah.
Okay, where did they used to play that at Disney? Yeah. They used to play it in, like a gift shop or something. Yeah.
And calling. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh.
yeah.
I love that song
Oh,
so
me too. I know.
freaking much. It's
it
like
plays,
perfect.
It plays somewhere. I think like the Animal Kingdom Lodge gift shop or somewhere like that. And I feel like every time I'm like, I need a microphone.
That's one of the few that I've heard. I feel like on the hallways on a Disney cruise too, where it's just like the
Oh,
instrumental
yeah,
part,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, hold on, let me wait for the elevator. A little
Also,
bit more.
I'm sorry. Be prepared gets me jazzed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tiptoeing nearer.
Yeah.
That is
I
so
kind
you.
of
Also, I think it's become like one of my absolute favorite Disney songs, and it's just like I get emotional, but I'm also like, this is a life motto. This is whatever. Try everything. I love
So funny.
try
That makes you
everything so
emotional?
much. Sometimes it does because like if you really listen to it, it's really about like failing. It's like
Yeah, no, it
the
is.
song is about being like, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. It's like you've got to try it, and also like don't be afraid to just try this one thing. You've got to do everything you've ever wanted, even how stupid. Like I don't know. So it feels like
It's
such
got
a
a good
pure inspirational sort of a song, but it also has like that beat where it's just like
And those little tigers,
Girl,
yeah.
don't even get me started on those tigers. We'll save that for the furry
Shakira,
podcast.
Shakira.
Tigre.
Yeah.
Tigre.
El
Tigre.
Tigre.
The Tigre
Tigre and the
dancer.
boys.
Full circle.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Chloe? I think you just had one. I cut you off. Sorry. I got real excited about Try Everything.
Oh no, I feel like I said a lot about music.
Prince Ali,
yes.
fabulous. See, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
lately,
I do, if just so I'm not lying here. Rotten to the core, evil like me.
Video
are the
evidence.
two songs of the Descendants. Yeah, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales theme song. I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes. How can
Yeah.
you not? Donny Osmond.
I'm sorry, it's just so like yeah.
A whole other treasure trove of music in my library are soundtracks, movie soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
And especially lately, I've been getting back into the Freaky Friday soundtrack, the original, not
Uh-huh,
original
yep.
60s, but I'm a huge fan of a lot of that music. And sadly, there's a couple songs that aren't on streaming platforms. I have to go to YouTube to find the full list, but I tapped into that. And then the new
Yeah.
Freakier Friday soundtrack is pretty good. So,
Oh.
yes, once again, plugging Freakier
Yeah, I've
Friday.
had Freaky
Yeah.
Friday back into my list.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a hot
Once you
take.
start it, you can't stop it.
Okay, so in preparation for the Halloween party in our costumes, I started listening to High School
Yeah,
Musical.
I got those in here. I've got Scream and Bet on it. in
Okay,
this playlist.
but I kind of forgot about I Want It All, and I'm like,
I listened to it on the drive to the studio today.
talk about getting. Okay, I almost just cursed.
Think bigger and better and bigger.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
I think I love it
know.
more than Fabulous.
I did too. I think because they're like, and the Oscar goes to.
It's the drama, and then they
Oprah's
like break
Calling.
it down. Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah.
And little bit is never enough. No. God.
Sorry, it just reminded me of something that I need to do for our Halloween party. So I am.
Very busy. I'm booked.
Yeah.
She's busy.
I'm busy
She's
right now.
She's tuned up. Bye.
I'll tell you
I'm
after.
booked.
See you later. I'm sorry. Some of those songs in that High School
We gotta
Musical,
go.
because
We
I
need
also
to dance.
I like The Boys Are Back. But you know what
Oh,
song
my
I listened to
gosh,
the other day
yes.
that came up was God, what's the song when they're getting ready for the prom? Oh, The Night of Our Lives. It's gonna be the night. So the other part is, when I used to work at Lights Motors Action, sometimes there would be something going on at the center of the park, and the High School Musical float would have to come out and perform in front of high school, in front of Lights Motors Action. So a lot of those songs I
You know
really
all the
associate with that.
choreography.
Oh, with the Power Ranger car when that came out, there was like
Oh my
blaring. I was
gosh,
like,
that,
this is my
that
music.
represents such a happy time at Hollywood Studios for me.
I miss those elements of
Me
like
too.
the incorporating the live shows like with the Disney Channel movies and stuff like that. I'm just trying to see if there was anything else in here, but my God, doesn't it's crazy how this music hypes you up. I do a strange things that happening to me. Chim Chimney Chim Cheree. Chim Chim Cheree from Mary Poppins. You know what I love about that song? It has that really dark like chord in it. The where it's like,
Yeah.
I love the start of it.
Man, that whole soundtrack, I mean, like, obviously, like, Feed the Birds is one that just, that's not, if I need a good cry, I'm like, I'll just put that on and, like.
Oh, yeah. It's weird, those songs when you were a kid where you're like, skip it. And now as an
I
adult, you're like, oh, this
know.
is heart-wrenching.
This is for the
Yeah,
adults.
it's hard.
Thank you.
I also have 2 songs from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks in here.
Oh, yes.
I've got Substitutionary Locomotion. But I also have The Beautiful Briny. Bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful brine.
Okay,
I'm surprised I don't have Portobello Road in here, but
I know, it's funny. I feel like those
Portobello
songs...
Road, Portobello Road. It's just me being a Muppet the whole
In your
episode.
diaper
Yeah,
again.
yeah, look at my diaper. Yeah. Just now I have a top hat, a bowler hat, sorry, and a little mustache.
Oh,
That's funny.
Baby
I
Ryan.
wasn't
So
like, I think I was like
cute.
in love with Angela Lansbury because she reminds me of my grandma.
Aw.
So it's just always
Well,
is
I
like,
mean, good-
I mean, my
man
grandma's
of
still
good
with us, so I'm like,
taste.
hey,
Yeah, man of good taste.
Well, unfortunately, our weird
Yeah, what about our second
conversation.
question?
Yeah, thanks for the submission, Kay Marie, but we got so really excited, and I think we really do have to go listen to some jams real quick.
Oh yeah.
yeah, we need some donuts in the parking lot.
Yeah, seriously. We are going to be doing a Patreon post show, so hang tight for that, and we're going to be doing that pretty like immediately. We're not going to take the lunch break. We're going to take a snack break, but I was pulling apart the office again.
Oh,
So,
no, I forgot about
I just
that.
have to reassemble a couple of things, and one of the cameras is acting weird. It's a whole thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But we're almost there, and so stay tuned for that. If you, again, $5, be a part of that. $5. $5 here. $5.
Going once.
Cracker
going
Jacks
twice.
here. Patreon post shows. I want to just do the wartime.
Put on your top hat.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in and being a part of the show. Thank you for the submission with the questions. Thank you, Hannah and Chloe, for having these conversations. If you're still watching this, you want to hit that thumbs up before you go. That would really help us out. Really appreciate it, especially after that musical regression we just had here. Thank you for your patience and having fun with us. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the bell. You get notified whenever we upload any sort of content. Like, don't forget, we're going to Mickey's Not So Scary. Party 1, so that's going to pop up. Who knows? 2 a.m. on Saturday. So wait around for that. Hang tight for that. And we have plenty of. We have our. We also recorded a Mickey's. Not Mickey's. It was a Walt Disney World Halloween foodie guide.
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to this week on the Disney Dining Show. Lots of fun content coming out, so stay tuned to the channel. If you were listening to this and you want to rate and review podcast wherever you do that, that would also be really cool. Thanks for that. Don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when booking that next vacation. Okay, that's going to do it for us. I'm going to stop talking now. Bye.